All right, let's go. Raise your hand, Juby. Raise your hand. Whoop. Invite to speak.
Does it work? It works. Yes.
Were you able to join without me having to invite you?
No.
Oh.
Or I don't know. I can. I'm not at the PC at the moment. I'm inside grabbing Juby juice.
Oh, okay.
My last words were like, Rambo, drag me to this voice chat, and you left. I'm like, fuck.
I told you I was gonna start it.
Outside.
If you're gonna water the trees, water them before we start the show, please. Yanni,
No, I'll
please,
do it.
before the show.
It's a secret. Now I need a drink. Haven't had any Juby juice today before this.
Oh, I know that's a lie. You were just in Fleet. You're all like, yeah, I'm on Juby juice, I'm on Juby grass, in the Juby greenhouse.
No, it was just the Juby smokes and coffee. I still had old coffee.
So you're saying there's different types of Juby juice. Caffeinated.
No, Juby juice is the liquid one, and there's the smoke.
There's
then you can
apple
combine
pomegranate.
them.
There's orange juice, Juby juice. I mean, at this point, it's a label. It could be anything. You don't know what Juby juice is. Could be anything.
The ingredient is, the idea of Juby juice is that main special ingredient is moonshine or any alcohol you have, and then you do
nail polish
whatever.
remover.
Yeah, if you're not doing so good.
And
cheap vodka. That's right.
I had some moonshine at a pool party a few years back, and I think it was like 180 proof. And just smelling it, it smelled like nail polish remover. I was like, is this okay to consume? Consumed it anyway. But yeah.
You know, you can do moonshine, and then you add the devil's lettuce, and then that's an absinthe drink. That's good. Also good for Juby juice.
Wow.
I was actually thinking maybe I'll start a hobby. You know, doing moonshine here at the forest.
I suppose. Is that legal?
I don't know. I was thinking if we have anyone who knows or does it and wants to teach me how to start and what do I need. That would be cool. Like trying out new things. This last week
I got a 3D printer, and so I'm getting into that game now.
Oh, 3D printer.
Yeah.
Like, what if you do a 3D print of my face? Can that be done?
Well, dude, I should make a Juby mask.
That would be cool. Then you do any crime and you will be Juby.
It's bad enough I wear your shirt out into public. I have Juby's face.
The true Juby
I went to Disneyland in Juby's shirt.
Mm-hmm. I actually have my Juby shirt also.
Yeah. Believe it or not, I didn't get recognized.
They probably think that's a Star Wars.
They probably couldn't think what it was. They're like, what is this? What's on your shirt? Is this like cryptic?
Yeah, it's like Mona Lisa, you know, the art. The face. It's unique.
All right, so
Okay, I have
it is top of the hour.
Two
We'll
pieces.
start here in a minute. Juby, if you're ready.
If I'm ready, just a sec. Ready. I'll close the door. Yeah. Let's see if wife will join me here at some point.
Does she listen in too? She just listens to you talk?
Yeah, she just listens that I'm just talking shit for hours, and then after like tomorrow morning I'll play back the replay, and that's what we were talking about. Then she's like having the giggles and everything. Yeah, everyone, I say I'm in a podcast. I'm with podcast with Rambo. Then everyone
Ooh.
like, oh wow,
Ah.
that's like almost like a job, you know, respect. It's good that you can afford your whatever life
No.
spendings with that job.
It's kind of funny with some newer members in Corp or in game. They're like, oh my god, I can't believe I know a famous person. I'm like, I wouldn't go that far.
Oh man, but
Like I know a lot of things.
When I
so-
fly around. Yeah. Do you get many like DMs in game, like all sorts of things? You know, I love you, Yubi. I love
Do
you.
you get that?
Fucking
do you get-
random.
do
Yeah,
you
I
get
get
mail in
that.
game?
Like random people, like I'm traveling to Jita or fucking Highsec or whatever. Like from time to time, like I get DMs like, "Oh, are you the YouTuber, Yubi?" Yes.
No.
All your videos.
I will say I don't really get messaged on my main account, but I do get a lot of messages on my alts. Either they're trying to get recruited or they're asking a question. There was one time one guy was asking me for like ratting rights to the system. I'm like, this isn't even my system. Like, why are you asking me?
Yeah. Yeah, pay
Go
me
do whatever you want. I don't
500 million. Yeah. Pay
Yeah.
me and just blacklist.
Yeah, so I do get that, but they don't know it's me, most likely. So
Yeah. But you do have many outs. I think we have also one member in the corp, and he has like many accounts with different names. And sometimes I feel like every account in the corp is his. And like who am I talking to? I've been here for a year
he's in
and
chat.
still have no idea.
He's listening. He's listening to you, Juvie. He's listening.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. So if you're gonna talk shit, at
But
least.
now he knows.
All right,
Now he knows that I'm a bit strange.
for real, for real.
He's not good with
Okay,
memory.
Juvie, are you ready?
Yes, let's do
Okay.
it.
Let me
Let's
close
go.
out the music here. Comes
Do you
to a fade.
have new intro?
No, I'm recycling one of my old ones.
Ooh,
Think I got time
Let's go.
to make new intros?
fucking AI, man.
Nah,
Let's
man.
Skynet.
I have morals. All right, show starting right now.
The Echoes of New Eden podcast starts now. Enjoy the show.
From the content creators that bring you the lowest effort content imaginable. You know, the ones that brought you info that devs don't want you to know about. The podcast you probably don't want your girlfriend to know about. And will most likely get you banned just for talking about it. Raw, uncut, and uncensored.
We want you to sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Maybe try some mining or something. Remember not to undock anything you can't afford to lose.
Welcome to the Echoes of New Eden podcast. Let's start this bitch.
And welcome everybody to Echoes of New Eden. Here we are for another week. I am sorry about my absence the last couple weeks, though I have been busy. You know, we did have the Super Bowl that was lame, I should say. Unless you're a Seattle Seahawks fan, I guess then you were probably having the time of your life. But anyway, and then it followed by me being sick, so that was always a good time. Yeah, I missed a few days worth of work there. But actually, that gave me some time to do some video editing. As some of you probably had seen, I'd shared a PvP-related video, OMG, on the E1 YouTube channel. So if you hadn't checked that out, please do give it a like. But here we are, another week. And I hope everybody's been having a good time in game. I do want to remind you that... we are using the on-air chat here on the Discord. So if you have something to say it in the on-air chat, because that is the chat that we are monitoring. So I just want to welcome everybody. Hope you had a good Valentine's Day. Juby, did you have a good Valentine's Day? I hope you treated your wife to a nice dinner. Do you even celebrate Valentine's Day in your country?
Actually, it's funny that okay, in America, the Valentine's Day is more of this intimate time with your wife or girlfriend type of thing.
Yeah.
But in Finland, it's a friendship day, so it's not like having sex and
What?
all sorts of chocolate and whatever. It's just hanging out with friends or saying to a friend that have a good Valentine's Day or Friendship Day. It's in Finland, so it's a bit different.
So you don't have sex with them? I mean,
not with all the friends.
All right, we're going down another rabbit hole. That's for another podcast. Juby, we're on the wrong podcast.
Oh yes,
we could be talking about. Yeah. Tone it down a little bit. But for all those men out there that play this game instead of joining CTAs or PvPing, I mean, there is kind of that. So, but remember, we get March 14th. You know what March 14th is, right?
No.
It's Valentine's Day, but for men. They call it something different.
Only for men.
They call it something different, but I can't say that right now.
Okay.
I could tell you in another chat, but maybe some people know in the chat. It's called something different. I can't say it.
Mm-hmm.
Or at least I'm not going to say it right now.
Friendship Day.
Something like that. It involves steak.
Yes.
I'll give you that clue. It involves steak.
Steak.
Yeah, steak.
Yes, now I understand. Yes.
And then something else. Okay. Anyway, let's talk about Eve Echoes, shall we? Jibby, it's nice to see you. Nice talking with you. I know we were just in Fleet earlier, talking on the Starfall Discord and talking with some peeps over there. So it's always a good time too. Welcome everybody, the audience. It's just been a crazy past couple weeks, and a lot of stuff has happened that granted, we haven't had a show in 2 weeks, but I'm still in the talks. I'm still in the know. I'm still playing the game just about every day and gathering information and talking with people and all this type of stuff as to what's all going around in New Eden. And I know there was a CTA yesterday. I had finished one of my songs called Supers Get Dropped When I Enter the Local. I had actually made like an entire song. A couple years ago, I made an intro of it. And it was like 30 seconds or so long. But I had finished that song. And I was planning on joining the CTA yesterday. But ended up having to going to dinner. Just the timing didn't work out right. And so I couldn't spend the time to join CTA. I know FML, right? FML. Shame on me. But regardless.
Hey, I got you, bro. I got you. I went.
Oh, dude, if you have video, honestly, what I should do is I should just send you the song so you could play it in your video.
Oh, that would be good.
I mean, you did die. You did die. So did your cameraman die? Or did you get...
My pod was left alone.
Okay.
That was good.
All right.
Like I got very pissed when we had this war with Meow back in the day, and I was killed instantly, and my pod always got killed immediately. So I was kind of feeling like people don't let me film videos,
Yeah, justice
and
for
that's
Juby.
rude.
Justice for
Yeah,
Juby.
I should ask
Well,
that my pod is immortal or something.
well, yeah, you do have the
That is-
void. You do have the void pod doctrine, so we do know of that. It's in your
Oh, yes.
history. So, I mean, it's
Mm.
only fitting. But I mean, cool. Yeah, cool. So, yeah, I think I could do that for you. I could send you my song.
Yeah.
But regardless, too, last week when I was it last week? Shoot, all this time freaking flies. But I
Oh,
released
we
on
can
the
do collaboration video.
I did
Yes.
attend a CTA a couple weeks ago, and it
Mhm.
was for the 8S28 Citadel, and I recorded that and did a PvP video, which I normally don't do. As a lot of you know, I'm very low effort and I don't really do that type of stuff. But this time I was kind of trying things out, getting comfortable with the with Final Cut Pro, which is the program I use for editing video, and just messing around with settings. And then, of course, I had my HTTP theme song going in the background, and so I had to extend that to like 18 minutes or something, so that it covered the entirety of the video. But a lot of people liked it, and so I did get some pretty good feedback on that video. So maybe I was going to say maybe I'll do more, but I think I am going to do more as I participate in more PvP content, like that type of stuff. So
I was in the same fight, but I was in subcap fleet, so it's a bit different perspective
Sure.
how it showed. But then Rambo sent me a message that uh, he finished his video. Then I was like, for real? You're gonna be a YouTuber? Like, whoa. And then at same moment I also finished my video. Then we
The
were
battle of the
looking at
videos.
each other's videos, and like I was like, oh, Rambo, you did that thing. Like even I don't know how to do those fucking popping kill
The
mails.
popping.
Like there was a lot of them. Like I was like, but
Yeah,
I like it. Like uh, I would say like you should focus on kind of more like a news style. News kind of like showing the kill mails and like maybe telling a bit of the what's happening over there, because like I don't do news a lot, but I just show how PvP feels and looks like
sure.
trying to get
Yeah,
people addicted to, or show their friends like, look at this shit where I was, like whoa.
yeah, yeah. I had people reach out saying, "Well, my kill mail was on there, but then it got covered." I'm like, "Yeah, I mean, mine did too." So, but yeah, it
Oh
was,
man.
some years ago. I forget, it was a Russian corp that was part of GHA, and when we were attacking GenFed, there was a Russian corp out there that was like really like hardcore PvP. And I remember when I would watch their videos, they had it edited in a way so every time a kill mail popped, it would like bring it up onto the screen, and I really liked that. So
Yeah.
I'm not taking credit for originality there, but I remember seeing that
hey.
in a video. I'm like, dude, this is so entertaining. And then on top of that, I stepped it
Yeah.
up by adding balloon pop noises for every time a kill mail came up, either in chat or on the UI there. The music, all that stuff. So
Yeah.
it was fun to edit that.
Hey,
It
man.
took me just as long to edit the video as it did to make the song. So I mean,
I
it's not
remember
going to be
when I
too
did
common.
my first YouTube video, there was a guy called Gigaforta, and
Yep.
he did a video like a Apoc Navy issue King of Highsec video, like back in the day. Then I was watching that video, and then I was thinking, like, if he can do that stuff, like I can also do that stuff. And then I did a similar, like the Ultimate Vindicator video, and then I kind of did it. I like not similar style, but kind of took a lot of like things from it. But
Sure.
after a few years, you start to get your own feeling and
Yeah,
own style how to do things. Like many people, they play PvP videos like, oh, I'll put 12x speed, so it's like a dots glitching on the monitor and something died, and that was 3 minutes and some kind of funky music on it.
yeah,
But like I usually film a lot like the combat when it happens, then I put it on normal speed. Like, okay, it's normal speed. Like many
sure.
people think it's very boring when you watch it on video, like this is boring, like raw footage, but it's the real game. And like at the moment it felt really fast. So
Yeah,
that's why I make the metal music for it. So it
sure.
feels fast also.
Yeah, you gotta put some pretty hype music in there. And I
Yeah.
Bradrick shared his his view in the on air chat too. His perspective there on that too. So
Yeah. Like,
there's tons of videos about that. And then since then, of course, we're going to be talking about the SHH stuff that's still going on currently. So we'll dive
oh
into
my.
that here in a second. But
And we already bury it.
still tons of
It's dead.
PvP stuff happening. Changes, with Trog and Big and Bot 5. It's just all this stuff is still coming together. It's like, what are we in week like 4? It seems like it's been like a month by now since SHH has disbanded. I know we've talked about it on 2 separate episodes, and then we went on 2-week break. We went on a 2-week break, and then here we are again. So I guess you could say week 5 of
I can
since SHH disband. And I guess it's still news to
I
some
can
that it's
show,
done that. So, what were you saying?
but yeah, I can show what's happening. Like, because I returned back to the game, like what happened between this waiting. I can share some kill mails what I've been collecting
Yeah,
while
sure. Yeah, sure. Put them in the
sent
on-air
that.
chat. Put your lost
Here we
mail on
go.
there too for your bait that
Yeah.
you got
No,
baited.
I'll first show
Juby's the
kills
master
first.
baiter, and then he ended up dying.
Yeah,
Yeah,
fucking, I
didn't
was
really
too
work out.
juicy.
All right,
Yeah,
so
it was my first time also flying a cap ship, so
oh,
that was good, nice.
where's my clap? I need a hand clap. I need a soundboard guy. Where's my soundboard guy? We need some hand claps. But yeah, so
Yeah,
right on,
baby
Juby.
steps.
We appreciate your efforts as always. But yeah, going into the SHH stuff that's still happening, actually. I know this could be quite entertaining for a lot of New Eden, but also a lot of New Eden is seeing other changes as well. So we'll be talking about some of the changes on the
Missed this
map
one.
here coming up. Yep, there you go. I can't believe you got that one, Juby, solo.
Yeah, there's
How'd
a
you kill
few
a
solo
daredevil with a?
kills.
Was he like standing still?
I have I have artillery 45 implants, so I hit when I miss.
Hmm.
So it's a very good
stuff.
I invest a lot in PvP,
Yeah, good stuff. You
I
got a
try to be
reminder
good.
there too. Okay, bad joke. I know. I was just going off the screenshot, but bad joke. I had some screenshots from Winchurst. So if you remember Winchurst, she was one of the executors of SHH when it fell. Though she was kind of way away from the game, and so Shizuka was kind of running things, all that type of stuff. At least from what I know. So of course she starts a convo like, "Hey, how are you?" So we start talking in that way, and so she was confirming when we were going to do a show next, and I said, "Yeah, we're going to be doing this one." And she'd sent me some screenshots, and now some of these screenshots, I'm going to post them in the on-air chat. Some of these screenshots, the listeners had probably have already seen these anyway. But so here's one. This is one of the announcements that I believe went to the CEOs. And so this was all like regarding where the supers went, the assets of ISK and all that stuff, the debt that had to be paid, the the amount of so Winch had like how many? I have to read through this real quick. Winch had a number of billions. Oh yeah, she had 879 billion ISK that she split into all the previous SHH corps, and so each corp, minus the ones that didn't get their cut for whatever reason, was like close to 70 billion each corp got in ISK. So Shizuka didn't technically get everything. He did get a lot of value in assets and possibly supers and all that stuff. But as far as liquid ISK, it went pretty much all there. So let's see. She wanted me to share these, by the way. So I know we had talked about these in the past, but she wanted me to share these with you guys on this episode. So here we go. Here's another one. Continuing on with that.
So she wanted to explain how she stole everything.
Yeah. Well,
all right.
I mean, all the stuff that she had from when she was reigning executor, right? And so she had a bunch of assets as well. And though totaling not that much, because it was only 16 billion. But so they divided it between the corpse. So there is that as well. And let's see, what else do I got? Oh, and here's the contract. And so I had to ask what this contract was. No, make sure I'm on the right chat here. I almost sent her own picture back to her. So I had this too. She spent dedicated hours and weeks in the game in the Alliance. This was a wonderful experience, telling her kind of goodbye there. And then as well as she had posted the contracts here. And so I had asked what this contract was for. And this was to pay a debt to, was it X? Yes, it was to X. So there was that. The ISK parts that Big hasn't been told neither, if I'm not mistaken. And the fact now that she doesn't have any assets left. Okay. And then there was, her and I talked a little bit about how crazy it was when it all went down and all the way up to this point to where it came to this. So thank you. Yeah, thank you for the screenshots, Winch, and being a listener of the podcast. And yeah, so that was about it that I wanted to share with that. And I was telling her, I was like, yeah, we kind of did share some of this stuff already with the guest, or not the guest, but with the audience as to the past couple weeks prior, with about where the supers went and how much was stolen and where people went and all this type of stuff. And so we kind of already knew, but right there was just confirmation of it, because before it was just hearsay, right? And I'm getting people that have direct access to this info telling me like what's all going on. And then we have to piece out like a story and all that type of stuff with it. But there's the facts right there, basically. So it did confirm a lot of stuff that I've been told anyway. So it wasn't like I was telling people false stuff anyway. I mean, there's the raw screenshots from herself there. So good on. So continuing on with that.
I always believe Rambo.
I mean, I do have some pretty good sources. I definitely appreciate the people who talk to me about this type of stuff and get me, good info. And, I do tend to go to reliable sources, people that maybe are in leadership and all that type of stuff, to be able to get some info to me, the people that may be making the decisions or know of the decisions, all that type of stuff. So usually when I'm reaching out about like when a corp is disbanding or something, I'm not going to talk to the line members. I'm going to the previous CEO or the leadership team or somebody, right, that kind of would know as to what's all going on. So people keep asking Bradrick. Man, he don't know what's going on. He just shoots. Yeah.
He's I don't remember which alliance diplomat he is now, but ask Bradrick. He's like Dr. Phil.
All right, Juby. All right. So continuing on though with that, I guess you could call it a war. There's like this trifecta of alliances going at it in deck right now. And of course, when SHH fell, a lot of the corps either went to now Starfall or Bot 5 or Trog. And so that's been the case for literally weeks. Starfall neutraled Bot 5 and Trog for the Battle of 8S28, or XBy. I mean, I think Mata went to Meow. There was a couple like standalone little like corps, but like I said, a majority of the corps went to either one of those three entities. Not counting the ones that were like single corps that went to XSpy or Meow or even AOA, because I believe UFCG went to AOA proper, not fake AOA. Regardless, the conflict is still going, and it's been a number of weeks now, and it seems that there's been some rumors and all that stuff being put out there as to what's all going on, but I could only tell you based off what I know and my perception is it's content, right? So I think that's what everybody's starving for in this game. It's especially as what we starve for and strive for on this podcast is we hope for some content. We need some content to actually talk about and all this type of stuff. And so we have content literally at our doorstep. That's why I was able to do a PvP video. That's why I'm up here being able to talk about it. It's because I am a little bit in the know, though I don't know everything. I do know some things. So over the past couple weeks, there's been a lot of whole timers, POSs going down, fleets, gate camps, all that stuff. You know, your typical kind of PvP stuff. And so there's been CTAs and battleship fleets getting wiped, and capitals being dropped, and supers dying. What super just died earlier today, a couple hours before the show. But regardless, there's still like a lot of stuff happening along those fronts. And of course, we have people from other alliances coming to those battles just to either spectate or loot the field. And so they come in for some entertainment purposes, or maybe trying to make a buck or something, but I don't know. It's like they're not really involved in anything, but
in the last fight, I lost Dread, Naglafar, and then there was like a bunch of this gray interceptor, like a bunch of looters going to my wreck and just taking everything and just scattering all over the place,
like a bunch of seagulls on a piece of bread.
Yeah, I was like eaten alive, ripped to parts like instantly after I blow up.
Sure. Yeah. So, Battle of eFICO happened yesterday. So there's been a couple eFICO battles. There's been a couple 8S28 battles. There's been possibly some more over some other SOVs. I just can't think of them at the moment. But eFICO happened 2 weeks in a row. And not this week, but the week prior, I was at that fleet, and we ended up getting wiped in that. So Trog ended up defending that citadel. Then it ended up going into Hull again, and then that fight happened yesterday. And from what I heard, I wasn't there. From what I heard, it wasn't much of a fight, if anything. So Starfall ended up entosising eFICO, so now they own that citadel. A lot of stuff coming out about that since some changes had happened in Trog recently too, to where I don't know internally, is there something kind of going on there that's causing people to maybe not form up or something? But I do know that Endo, one of the former Trog leaders, ended up stepping down or stepping out and ended up joining Meow. And so there was that. And so I don't know if everything is left up to Tuha, or if Lexi is doing so, or the leadership. I don't know what's really going on in there. But seemingly, there's a little bit of changes there, as well as within Big as well. So, trying to get people to form up to defend their space and all that type of stuff. And so a little bit of controversy there. But I guess it's your typical kind of play a PvP game, right? And you signed up for this, and you got a defense space and all that type of stuff. So that's only to be expected. The way that some people maybe enforce it could be better, but I don't know. Maybe that's just the way corps run. UFCG is in fake AOA. Okay. I thought I did some looking into that, and it was not fake AOA, But unless that's changed, I also don't really care. So I mean,
Yeah.
it's just one of those. So big won't form. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know.
They did. They
You
did.
can bring a horse to water and try to make them drink. I don't know. So it seems that, well, over the time too, I think right around the time Endo left, Zan, formerly in SHH, that joined Trog or fake AOA with Big, ended up backing out of Trog and then joined Starfall. And so that changes things too. And so, I mean, there's kind of like this perception of all these alliances are kind of beating on the little guy and all this type of stuff. I'm like, well, it's not really true, because initially it was 1v1v1. It was basically these three alliances all against each other. Starfall was there as much as I know, they were there just for content. They weren't there to push anybody out or anything else that I know of. So as far as I know, there was that. And then you had the two feuds between Bot 5 and Big, aka who is in Trog, and then Trog's backing them up, and then Bot 5 is backing up She because of that whole thing, right? So it's still pretty crazy, but now Zan leaves and now Big is standalone in deck, and then they're being roamed by Starfall, they're being roamed by Bot 5, they're possibly being roamed by other corporations or other alliances. I know TSC and Meow, they've been doing fleets and all this stuff, and it's like, or not TSC, but Meow. So it's not, I don't know, it's hard to come up here and say that it doesn't look like what it actually is. But seemingly there needs to be some context as to what's all going on. So, I mean, hopefully that filled a little bit of the gaps. But of course, if you have questions, please ask. But Joda was the bandage on a fatal wound. Yes, I mean, pneumatosis. You're not wrong. I mean, I 100% agree. SHH died when Joda quit. I think I was in leadership at that time too, and as in a CEO position. And yeah, let's just say that that didn't really mesh that well with a lot of corporations or a lot of people that flew with Joda. And you know, if you're on the opposing side, anybody that was opposed of Joda, you know, they always talked shit. They always shared his screenshots of him saying they lack smart and all this stuff. And it's like, you can say what you want about the dude. He was phenomenal FC, and what he was doing for SHH was definitely not selfish. He did a lot of things, and he was very great. And it was unfortunate that he had to go out the way that he did. I mean, it is what it is. I know he still has a Reddit account, and he deleted his Discord accounts. And yes, I put the S after that because I knew more than one. I looked up all his characters in game, and they are still all inactive, as in they're not in any new corps or anything like that. And I probably know more of his characters than a lot of people, which is odd. So I mean, I do.
Stalker Rumble.
He sent those names to me, so I know the names. He provided that info to me. And these are probably names that not a lot of people know of on some of his alts. But anyway, I know he's on Reddit, and it's very possible that he still follows either one of the Eve Echoes Reddit threads. But whether or not he would actually come back in the fall of SHH, not entirely sure there, because his former corp, which is now would be Pagan, is in Bot 5. I mean, would he join Bot 5? Would he not? Would he join something else? But I don't know. I would have figured that Home would be in deck somewhere with one of those corporations. But amongst other reasons, right? Pneumatosis. And, you know, that was kind of just one of the starts. But nope. I wasn't the Merger King. I had lost that crown. Taylor was the Merger King, not me. So, yeah, he's an AOA. Joda's an AOA now. How about that?
God damn.
AOA wins. Yeah, AOA always wins. It's like the house, right? The house always wins. That's AOA.
Yeah.
So yeah, so there's still a lot of things happening there. Questions to be asked, I guess you could say. Is Trog actually defending big now in deck, or do they want them to move to Cloud Ring and become the renters that they agreed to be? I don't know. That's kind of still cloudy there. Are they going to end up splitting the corp for the PvPers to go into Trog proper? Still kind of hard to gauge that, whether or not that's actually going to happen. But seemingly when Zan came over to Starfall, I was able to get some more info as to what was going on there too. And, you know, when Zan left, they just said that it wasn't a good fit. And so, you know, and some of the, and I know some of the reasons why too, but yeah, it just seems like some of the alliances were better fits. So that, and they ended up saving a lot of their assets and timers and posses too. They still lost some posses from bot 5. Bot 5 still killed them even though they were blue. But I don't know what that whole diplomacy situation is anyway. But it wasn't like they were completely safe. Bot 5 still destroyed some of their POSs and stuff. But whether or not Diplo is going to take care of that, I don't know. I'm not Diplo, but there's still a lot of timers.
Sounds like we have full-time civil wars going here.
Is it a civil war though? I don't know. If I were to check standings in game right now, I mean, I have bot 5 blue, or they're blue to me, or something like that, right?
Yeah, most of my kills are also like I kill blues now.
Interesting.
So yeah, like I kill blues now, like a fucking maniac. No,
Jeez.
like a blue,
This
green,
cutthroat
fucking
over there.
purple.
Yeah. So yeah, and when POSs were being talked about, I said, why is it always a POS? Why is this always brought up? And in any sort of dispute or whatever's happening, there's always POS losses. It's always coming up.
Oh yeah.
Like, Jesus. But yeah, lots of timers to be had in multiple regions, all that type of stuff. And I think even bot 5 renters are getting attacked. They're getting kind of a piece of the collateral damage there as well too, because they're neutral. But yeah, still going on. I don't know how much longer this is going to be or what it's going to take to stop. But seemingly Big is sticking to their guns and trying to maintain Sov in deck. And it seems that there's another entity that does not want them there. So I used an analogy when I was talking to somebody earlier today, is there's a roach problem and they're trying to be eradicated. So take that as you wish, but it seems like that is my perception of it, at least. But also, what do I know? I don't really know anything. So more timers to be had. I know there's a lot of people joining those fleets, doing roams, doing gate camps, all that type of stuff, hitting POSs. I see a lot of the timers. Agent 46, shout out to him. He's out there soloing POSs. So amongst other people, right? So I don't want to name all the names, but big shout out to the people that are doing the PvP. So good on to them. I know I can't do that. My brain melts when I attack POSs. Or even talk about.
Oh yes, that's
I cannot do it.
work.
It is a special person to sit there and go through the entirety of the shield, the armor, and the hull. Not me. I praise those that do it. I cannot do it.
Yeah,
I'll help,
you need to find.
but I'm not going to go out of my way to go shoot POSs. I am all about the big time fleet warfare type stuff. If you remember battles of ZID way back when, WX TAC and that battle, the second biggest battle, the one that happened up in Branch in SHH against the Fireflies. Dude, I've been in all these very large battles. That's what I like when it comes to the PvP. You know, you get the FC command, jump in, all of a sudden you're lagging and the frame rate drops. Or remember, what was that thing that they that they implemented into the game to slow the time. Tie-dye.
The slow.
Tie-dye. Yeah, remember ZID was tie-dye 6? Like, holy Jesus, right? So I've been a part of a lot of that stuff. I've tried the solo POS hunting. I've tried the solo PvP, all that stuff. I'll just admit, I'm not that good. I'm like not that good at that. I would rather be hidden in a blue bubble of 40 other pilots plus, and hopefully not get primaried, and then I have fun. So that's the stuff that I like to do. But props to those that do the small stuff too, because often they are getting quite the big stuff too. I mean, in the Knicks that died this morning, there's what 6 people and a Citadel on that kill mail. I mean, it wasn't a major fleet battle whatsoever. So, yeah. Anyway, that's all I had on the latest SHH stuff. Some changes had happened. Like I said, the key points, I guess you could say, is Endo had left Trog, Zan had left Trog, joined Starfall. Starfall and Bot 5, as of right now, are blue with each other. And Big is trying to defend the Citadels that they own in deck. And that's basically it. So there's timers and fights and all this stuff. CTAs happening. And that's basically the latest. I showed you the latest from Winch. That was just like a week ago or so when she shared that stuff with me and reached out. So that is it there. Juby, do you got anything to add?
Yeah, like when you said, I'm a PvP enthusiast myself, and it's very important, all the small things like the bosses and like solo pilots and everything. Those all the things are like the pieces that make these big fights happen. Like it's a piece of the puzzle what needs to be done, and yeah. But I totally feel the same. Like it's the big fight PvP. What is the most like wild experience what you can have, and not many games have that. Like okay, Damon always says like, oh, let's go play Eve Frontier. I showed the video, the last video, and I asked him like, does it have something like this? Like, can I film something like this in Eve Frontier? No, it's still 10 years until it's ready, the game. Like, okay, fucking no time to wait.
Yeah, so I know I'm watching the on-air chat. I think Meow had some POSs in deck too. I think Meow, at least one. AOX had some POSs in the area. Okay, they had 4. It's like, what are we doing with our space? Are you even like providing security or anything? It's like, there's some things where you actually could spectate and be like, how much effort are they putting into things? And they're not putting in very much effort, and you can see it, right? Goes for a lot of things, especially like on Discords. Granted, the SHH Discord is still open. There's still, I don't think there was an official announcement that they disband as of today. Like, it's still been this long, and nobody said anything. Nope, nobody has said anything regarding that since then. So it's kind of funny
it's
how
a
that Discord
hard
is still
job,
on.
you know. Like you need to scan every system and check like all the bosses. Are they yours, or has someone else put a boss
Are they in
there?
timers?
Like it's a very big.
Isn't there like a responsibility that or accountability, of pilots that have and own POSs and all this stuff within SOV? And isn't there like a system in place where you keep track of shit like this? And it's like, how is it that you can get so big and not do any of that?
I remember when I was in Void, we did a lot of checking, like need to scan every system and check every boss, which is which and what's what. And then suddenly there's that's a rogue boss in there. That's weird.
Yeah, right. Hey, Alan.
Yeah.
Alan, one. If you want to save your pos, I know it's a big deal, but if you want to save your pos, you know what to do. You know
Yeah,
what to
and
do.
also check the fucking undock standings, like it's set to alliance, because like every boss what I cannot dock inside, I will shoot and destroy it.
Always POSs, huh? Isn't that funny? So, all right. Continuing on.
They're the
SHH wasn't the only one
content makers.
to disband in 2026. I know TSC waited till December 2025 to disband, but believe it or not, we also had some more disbanding happen in the last couple weeks, and actually probably within the last week, if it's more closer to the proper time. But nice alliance. And if you remember the show that we had when we had Stony on the before Christmas episode, we were talking about what this war was between TSC and Nice, and we were trying to get some background. Remember, we had Beltaurus on the podcast too, and we talked about Nice and what they were doing as an alliance, trying to fend off TSC and trying to gather what motives there was and all this type of stuff, and kind of just build as to what's all going on. Little did I know or realize that just probing for information like that, or even having the podcast with these persons, ended up speeding things up a little bit. It actually sped it up a lot, and brought it more public, probably, most likely in that sense, kind of maybe opened some eyes a little bit as to what's all going on, and then that sped things up. And so ultimately what came out of that was TSC disband. A lot of those corporations went into Meow, and I think AOA were TCOS or whoever else was over there, and maybe Nice. So Nice basically called the W on that. They declared that as a win, and it is what it is. So then fast forward a couple weeks to a couple weeks ago, the leader of Nice, which was Grosh, dang, I can never remember the whole name, but he had stepped down, or he had quit the game, and decided to give the reins to Canis Revis. And so I do have a conversation with Canis Revis. We'll be talking about that here in a little bit. But Gross Mumrich was the previous Nice leader, and he had quit the game. So that was confirmed by a member that was maybe one of the CEOs of another corp that was within Nice. Confirmed that. Oh, actually, he did confirm that. He is a CEO of one of the Nice corps. And so over the past couple weeks, Canis been doing things, and I had reached out to Canis. I had reached out to a few CEOs of Nice, trying to gather some info as to why they joined AOA. And so, or not A, well, yeah, AOA. They joined AOX Alliance specifically, which, I mean, part of the greater alliance is it's all AOA basically. So if I ever mistakenly refer it as that, I mean, you kind of already know. A lot of, I think, our audience knows that anyway. But
yeah, I think AOX is like the elite of AOA, basically.
Yeah, AOA,
Same.
AOA,
Yeah.
AOS, AOX, all that type of stuff. So I'll pull up what I have here from Canis. I know I had reached a number of people regarding this topic. A lot of them said to not share the screenshots of them, though I will read what they say. So I'll start with Canis here. I'd asked Canis as to what happened. I said, I did get some hearsay, but I would rather have factual info. If you could share, please. And so this is what Canis had said. We had a protracted war with TSC, and after the war culminated in the dissolution of TSC, we had long expected changes in leadership. As new members joined and some left the game, we were in the midst of reorganization with the specter of Meow hanging over us. This was additionally impacted by the changes in the North, as it impacted our plans with our FC team. While the initial Meow Savo came much later than expected, it was not a particular surprise when it did come. While we had felt a 3-1 war was feasible, we knew that a 6 to 7-1 war was unattainable, which we felt was largely an unfulfilled vendetta from a group of former TSC players toward us that are now in Meow. Although we have always desired to remain in a relatively small independent alliance limited to period basis with, is it period basis out there? Yeah, I think it is. Either that and Esoteria. With very few blues, we knew that this was not realistic when Meow decided to make its move. After they put 14 citadels into Hull with 150 plus subcaps, plus a Super and SVAC fleet in waiting, we weighed what little options we had, and given the desire to remain in period basis, and our only 2 blues were in AOX, we opted to join AOX. This is what we felt to be the best of not great options for our members with the current state of the game. So there you go. The statement from the previously nice leader. So I asked him what Meow's motive was, and although it's still unclear, Meow doesn't really diplo. They just do what's in their best interest, but they don't really know as to what their true motives were. And I did talk to Valkuz from Meow regarding this issue too. And so I'll bring that conversation up too. And, conversation with him was relatively short too, because I just asked basic questions and he gave me straight answers. So I didn't have to do a lot of probing, I guess you could say. I just straight up asked, why did Meow attack Nice? And according to Val, he said content, no reason. I laugh at that because of what's coming next. Again, with content, right? If anybody feels like they're getting attacked for no reason, it's very possible that there is no reason and it's just for content, right? Would you agree to that, Juby?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I usually need to film videos, That's the reason.
so
It's the
there you
urge
go.
to
Again,
film.
this is what we heard earlier in the podcast too, with what's going on in North. It's like, yeah, it's content. Is this an extermination campaign? No, it's content. Does it feel like an extermination campaign? Perception is everything, right? So, content, no reason. That's what Val says. And so I actually replied to him. I said, 14 whole timers with a super fleet, quote, content. He said, sure, you prefer to reinforce with T4 citadels with battleships? So, I mean, he's got a point. I'm really just trying to get some info as to what the motive was in the attacks. But I think later on he kind of
takes a long time to shoot those citadels.
Sure.
Like really long.
And then I had asked, but why take citadels for content? And he said they currently, in reply to my question, why do they take citadels for content? He said they currently proudly hold the world record for joining AOX, 169 hours, 8 minutes, and 7 seconds, according to the screenshot of their voice comms, because they stream the length of their wars, I guess you could say. So it is not for nothing. So according to their comms, their battle here is called AON or AOX. And it took 169 hours for Nice to disband and join AOX. And so there was probably a motive, but I guess there was motivation, according to Val. And then another voice comms was AOX speed run. So I guess they were attacking them to see how fast that they would join AOX.
Oh my.
So yeah, it's hard to say.
That's wild.
what the motive was. Really, it's
Calculating
like, did you
seconds, how long?
are they kind of flexing? It almost seems like they're kind of flexing or being bullies in some way. Granted, they could do what they want, but yeah, it just seems like they're trying to do whatever they want right now. So AOX speed
they're
run,
playing
so they
their
completed
game.
that. So, and then I had asked, so with them joining AOX, does that mean you continue attacks? And he says yes. So now AOX, they have Esoteria and Faith to help them. Old brothers reunited. I said, thank you for your time. I'm gathering more info. So it was a relatively short convo, but he did at least say that much. So there you go there.
Yeah.
Let's see. I talked with some others.
And how
in
much
Nice.
do you need to say? That's how it goes. And
Yeah.
no need to for all the details.
So there's a little bit of conspiracy too, because Stony is in he's in what do you call it, Meow, and so he was the FC during these attacks. So it kind of puts into realization as to like maybe what's all going on there. Is there some salt being mined or something like that? According to this person, former TSC and Meow are extremely salty over Nice winning against them. So, is there an underlying motive against why Nice had gotten attacked? So, granted, they don't need to have a motive to attack. I mean, I understand that. All right, Olav. Bellstat once met on AOA timer, so AOA took it. Then it was settled on hold by us. I just wanted to check if PB sits also have it in PB under AOA protection and find out whole PB on AOA timer. They speedrun AOX less than a week. Yeah. Here's some super losses.
Speed run. Let's speed run
says,
how fast we can destroy an alliance.
Which is completely wrong because
boy.
XTSC has not influenced anyone from Meow. We don't make decisions except our own to do anything against Nice.
Yeah, mostly everything collapses on its own, like destroy itself. Like you don't need to calculate or how long it takes.
So was Stony involved with those 14 Citadel timers in those fleets? Was he FC? If anybody that's in on-air chat, no? Okay. According to Axel, no. This is just what I heard based off of chatter, because granted, I wasn't there.
Yeah.
So I have to talk to people. Okay.
Yeah, no wonder like Stony is doing a lot of PvP, and I've been flying like been in those fleets also, like back in the days. And
actually, I know Raven's not here, but Raven, our co-host, I'd even asked him about it. So I sent, and of course in our staff chat, we've been talking about it, trying to get. And so I'd said that I've been in contacts with some Nice leadership. Raven said no, he hasn't gotten any word from Stony that the Nice disband was a fact. And then they later showed a screenshot of Stony saying that. And then I had said, well, rumor is that Stony pushed the motive to attack Nice. And Raven said, yeah, I don't know about that. All I've seen was Stony post an old TSC server that Nice had died. And that was it. I mean, even then, that was kind of confirmed as in like, not really. You're right. He's not really meddling in that or anything like that. So I could only take what the audience is telling me too. So if he wasn't there, all right, cool. Yeah, the corpse had joined TSC, have been able to freely PvP, and we have a good fit with Meow and our pace of doing things. So there you go. Nice disbands in record time. A lot of them, if not all of them, join AOX. They maintain their space. There are, again, still attacks happening. It's not like if you join a different alliance and all of a sudden it's like peace again or something. I don't know why people are expecting peace. It's you join a different alliance, you still got stuff in timers. Meow, as much as
Yeah,
I know
but
about
it's
Meow,
like-
they aren't good with AoA. Like they are enemies. So yeah, timers are
But
still to
in the
be made.
last wars, they were allies also.
I
And
did
same
ask
thing
if
is like
I did ask if
yeah, like
Nice or if AOA was going to defend Nice, and with Nice previously Nice corporations being now renters within AOA, I was told that AOA is going to show up and defend those timers too. So there may be some pretty good battles down south. So just saying. Just saying. Let's see what else do I got in my DMs. I know I was talking with quite a few people. This guy, he says past weekend Meow set around 14 whole timers and 140 subcaps and 40 supers, no demands, nothing but radio silence from Meow leadership since before Christmas. So then he was talking about the survival war. People decided it was better to give the region to AOA rather than TSC. Meow. Meow has tried to extort multiple regions before, which is where AOX came from, and turned TSC and TSC turned Nice from blue to red and then tried for 6 months to wipe them out. Most inside Nice feel they were worse for the game at this point than AOA. Personal opinion is Meow should have kept us neutral as a buffer zone between Meow and AOA. But yeah, now we know how that went. So there's that. Had some people reaching out to me to reach out to other people. I know I have a lot of DMs, But I was also asked not to share names too. So all good there. I don't mind anonymous participants. I just have to have actual facts and not hearsay, right? So it's better to make AOA bigger, not than stand our ground. It's very hard to agree to alliances or former alliances to join AOA. Could I have said, could there be better places to go? Possibly. That does seem like because they had neighbors with AOA, that was the easiest route. And a lot of times, the easiest route when these alliances change and corps want to flee and all that stuff, oftentimes the easiest route is the route that's taken. And for them, they get to maintain their space, they get to maintain their sobs under a different alliance name. So we do know that the devs are aware of AOA being too big, and they are making alliance changes based off of that because they really don't want this massive entity taking up 80% of the map or whatever it is. And so they know that. And this is kind of where we got our alliance suspension fee. Remember that? You know, you get billed based off of how many SOVs you have. So I know I remember back when some of the first screenshots of when that got put into place, AOA got hit hard as far as ISK. And I don't think, and it's the alliance holder corporation, not every corporation. It's the alliance holder corporation that gets the bill. So yeah, AOA, they have to pay 6 to 8 billion a month for each citadel. NetEase is AOA.
yeah.
As rumored. AOX is a renter alliance. So we do know that they are trying to make changes to make some of these alliances smaller. Now, you can't really do that because of Discord. You can maintain blues with the amount of standings that we're able to have within the corporation or alliance. You can have upwards to 100 standings of corporations and alliances. Is that apply to alliances too? Or is that only applied to corporations and certain and per character? I don't know on the alliance
That's why
level.
there is now AOS, AOX, and all sorts of AO.
As far as I know, you can only
fake
have
AOA.
up to 100 blues, which that's a lot of AOA alliances. It doesn't matter what they're called, right?
Yeah.
Characters, certain corporations, alt corps, all that type of stuff. The devs know that this is a problem. So of course, I think that there's going to be changes down the road that's going to make things a little bit harder for these entities to be so big. And when you see entities joining such a large entity, it's like, well, I don't know if you're adding to the problem or if you're just going to deal with whatever's going to change down the road anyway. It's like, okay, well, your alliance is forced to disband, so what are you going to do? Create a new alliance now again? Possible. We don't know what they have in store when that comes down the line. So that's even if they implement it. I know when they put the suspension
Remove
fee
that
in.
from game.
Oh man, when
Make
they
it
put
harder.
the suspension fee in, man, people AOA was in Cloud's DMs like instant, man. They were lighting him up. It's like, dude, well, you have to give it to Cloud too, because he's really trying to be unbiased. I don't know if he's in AOA or where he's at in game, but he's really trying to do that. No real question is the North helped Nice so much that they joined AOA. No, the real question is the North helped Nice so much, but they joined AOA. I don't really know too much of the context there. I know SHH had put some fleets down there, but it wasn't really, it was just kind of, again, for content. I didn't really partake in any of that type of stuff either, so not entirely sure if that's true. It was just FLBR. I can confirm it's true. Yeah, I'm just not sure. Yeah. But regardless, look what happened to SHH too. I mean, it's been a number of weeks. So, but yeah, things change, right? So depending on whatever the goals of the alliance is, whatever's happening at the time. But at the same time, too, NICE also had a leadership change. That comes with opposing mindsets, all that type of stuff, too, decisions. So could they have stood their ground? Possibly, maybe. But if Meow was just going to do that for content, I mean, I don't know. What's to stop them? I mean, didn't NICE have AOX blue anyway? Couldn't they have helped them anyway? Like, hey, can you help us? Could you help us a little bit?
Yeah.
I mean, we're getting attacked here. I don't know. I don't know if that was a conversation that was had, or if it was kind of one of those strong arm things. It just says, oh, well, no, we don't really care about you. Or we do care about you. Join our banner and then we'll help you. Because there is that type of stuff that goes on too. All right. Anything else on NICE disbanding? No, I've been talking quite a bit on it. Did share what I had on that as far as what Canis Rivas had said, what Valcouz had said. Bradrick posted it. Yep. Content, no reason. Literally. I mean, that's what it was. I could screenshot that. I said, what's the motive?
That's
There's got to be a motive.
Yeah. That's why I make videos also.
Here, I'll share this. Hopefully Valkyries doesn't get mad at me for sharing this snippet, but copy. There. I posted in the on-air chat. That was it. Content, no reason. So, I mean, he gave his point. he said his point. So, I mean, I can't really tell him he's wrong. So, there you go.
Yeah. That's a good. Like, why do you need any reason?
I don't know.
It's a game.
When I create a new character to put in your corp, I always have to click that PvP disclaimer in the bottom right? So, like, you agree to PvP, and you do see often the salt mine channels, all that stuff, where you have to or you get people like, why are you here? Why are you in my system? Because we're here for content or to PvP. And then even though they don't dislike it, it is what it is, right? So it's unfortunate what had happened with these alliances. it does suck that changes have to be made. It does suck that an already large alliance just got larger. But things change for a reason, right? Sometimes change is good too. I will mention that. Sometimes change is good. So sometimes it's good. All right. Anything else on that? Anything to add? I actually did invite Canis to talk about it. I think timing was bad. He had said something about that. Yeah, he was just busy. It was a short notice invitation also, so he wasn't able to join. So, but anyway, I'm always welcome to have guests on and all that type of stuff to be able to get people to come on and talk about this stuff. All right, and then so we'll get into the next one, another disband, and it's of a corp that you probably know of, Juby. Get Taylor Rick as a guest. Taylor Rick left this Discord a few days ago, in case nobody noticed. I noticed because I get all the logs on Discord. But yeah, he left this Discord. Actually, let me see what Discord's... I think he's still an official content creator for Eve Echoes. Let me double check that.
Yeah, I saw him talking in...
I had to double check that.
In the CC chat. Then I was like,
I know
maybe he's playing on other place or something.
I have to see in the endorsed media. I know you can see it on my screen right now. Juby's posting all that, and then show member list. You might be offline. Oh, you can't see member list on the... So we still have official content creators: Silver Bucket, Gengar, Jubileus, Rushlock, and Virtual PGE. Still official content creators.
But look at the times when they posted those. I had a 6-month break when I posted that last video.
Yeah. I'm going to find something that Taylor had posted. Okay, so yeah.
Because I heard
he's
many
still,
have quit already.
If you see my screen, he's still an official content creator for Eve Echoes.
Yeah.
But and one mutual server, at least on this Discord. And that's the official Eve Echoes Discord. But I know on my main Discord here, I'd have to scroll because I don't think he was on the Gulag anymore. No, yeah, he left all mutual Discords that I have, at least on this whatchamacallit. But anyway, regardless, I doubt that he would come on the podcast anyway. Pitch Frontier so we all can retire. No, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. You can't get me to Frontier. You can't do it. It's bad enough.
It's not finished.
Bad enough I play this game.
The game is not finished.
Yeah.
It's still in beta or whatever. Like for 10 years until it's in some kind of shape and form. Only other game we can play is EVE Online if we want to. Or whatever.
Notice
Pneumatosis. FPS.
Notice Pneumatosis that I'm on the official Eve Echoes Discord on a different Discord that I'm not banned on. And of course I have the info hidden, so when the mods find out which characters I have over there, then they'll start banning them, so I can't do that. So all you can do, if you want to try and seek me out over there, just ping all my Discord names over there and see if they can get banned. But I don't think that you'll succeed in that.
Don't start a new scandal.
All right. Hold on. Let's play a game. Let's go over to official general chat right here. Scroll down. All right. First one to ping my alts Discord gets a free Nidhogger.
Ooh.
On a official
Jesus.
We got big games. We got big games. But regardless.
Like even my giveaways are small compared to this.
Has nobody noticed Ratatouille on my shoulder this entire time? I see how it is. See? You see Ratatouille? Yeah. Only real gangsters have Ratatouille on their shoulder. Anyway. All right, nobody gets a Nidhogger. It's okay.
Oh man,
and
that was
if you're in
fast.
HTTP, that it doesn't count. Or is that a clue?
You still get one anyway.
So, all right. Another corp disband in New Eden this last week, and it was Visn, VISN. Did okay, Gibbs. Okay, you could shoot my POS. Sure, go ahead. It's well, should I say it? Should I say where it is, or would that give me away? Honestly, it may give away because there might be some people listening to this podcast trying to search where my spies are. Actively searching,
Yeah.
by the way, based off what I say. I can't say it. Can't say it. Nope, you can't get me to say it. But good luck. And it's already in whole.
Yeah.
Rip. All right.
You need to torture Rambo for that information.
Yeah, the owner is on this tablet, okay? I'm covering the name. So, rip. The timer on it is
on every tablet you have a super pilot. How many do you have those? Like 100 tablets.
Nobody knows how many
ready
alts I
to
have.
go.
There isn't an actual number. Juby. You just
It's
laughed. That's funny.
infinite.
No, let's talk
Keep
about
coming.
Visn here for a second. So, in case you didn't know, Death 49, he had
Okay.
quit the game, and he had released a announcement here. Where did I post that? Did I post that in our staff chat? I think so. Yes. So here I'll copy. As far as I know, this was leaked. At least it was leaked to me, so I'm gonna share it here. Paste. All right,
We're
so
gonna leak it further.
Death 49. Let me go to the on-air chat here on the stream. Switch it from there. Okay. Visn 2026, the end of the chapter. So they are off. They had disband. He goes over and talks in this announcement as to what's all going on. The solution is either recruitment of capable, skilled players or our own players stepping up to take the role. From my interactions with various members these past few days, it does not look like any of our current players can step up to take that role either. It is difficult to get people of talent, I guess you could say. Not everybody can necessarily lead a corp to success. I do kind of feel that that is a common enemy within a lot of corps that have CEOs that do a lot of things and are very involved in all that type of stuff. And it's kind of hard to find somebody equally involved to be able to take that position. You can only go off of hearsay as to like, oh yeah, okay, yeah, are you going to do a good job? Yes, I'm going to do a good job. And then 2 days later, they merge the corp.
Yeah.
It is what it is, right? It is what it is.
Politicians,
Well, funny enough, that person was that instance that I just referenced, that guy was a politician. So big on to him. Yeah. Big rip. Yeah. That's what the FICO Citadel should be named. Big Rip. Yeah. But you didn't hear it from me. Anyway, he discusses things about the dissolution of Visn. So there is the first screenshot, and then where's the second one? I know Chaos is sharing more stuff, or Booyah, I should say. Booyah. I need to find the other screenshot here. There was like a bunch. There's a lot of stuff that happened in this announcement. I only got the 2 screenshots though to share. Fuck politics. So here's the other one. thank you. After 4 years
That's
in the
right.
game, Vision was set to be disbanded, but we decide to give it one final push. During the 5th chapter, we're able to meet some amazing people and do things we never did in Corp or thought was possible in Corp. We had a lot of fun together. With new and older members alike, I am thankful for having the opportunity to meet you all. The end of the chapter. In the interest of everyone in the corporation, line members and leadership alike, we're going to end the corporation's chapter now instead of gradually dying out or to be cause of loss of motivation for players. The time of small corporations is over. So he puts here a what's next. So he strongly recommend everyone to join one of the various sus corps, namely RTI, Cool, and Cat Skull, to strengthen those. And the termination of Vision does not have to result in a weakening of the alliance, but we're instead hope you help strengthen it under the proper support from these corps. So there you go. Dissolution of another corp going into other corps. Vision had PvP
It's
leadership.
funny that
Not
when
that
I
I'm
was
aware of. Now, if I recall correctly, Death 49 had left this Discord as well as other Discords, so I know he quit. But he
I
was
remember when
he was very
I was
anti
in Void.
he was very anti like intel. He was like hated spies, all that type of stuff, and so that was kind of his thing. Yeah, I don't know, Dirka. I don't know.
Yeah, I remember this Win Corp. It was like the alt corp. Like you put all your alts in that corp, and you have your main PvP out on Cat Skull or other
Dude,
corporations. So
I'm pretty
that's why I
sure.
kind of weird that this is kind of like an alt corp, and then big talk like, oh, now the chapter is ending and blah blah, like bullshit. I'd say like no, it's just a corp, but yeah,
I
that was like when I was in Void,
I did a
like 2 years back.
I did a recruitment ad for them one time. I'm trying to find it. I have all my commercials.
Achieved YouTube for people who want to achieve more. I am a gamer and I'm a father of.
Hey, are you looking to spice up your Eve Echo's career?
What?
It's time to.
Are you tired of losing structure?
Oh, this one.
ISK is important. Saving for the future is important.
Yeah. Anyway, I have all my ads and commercials that I've made over the years. Granted, a lot of this stuff is old because since we've been doing live format and all this, how the show has evolved, we haven't really been doing corp ads or anything like that. Though, of course, I would take a little bit of a ISK kick on that too. But I'm trying to find the one that I did for Vision. I did one for their corp, but I'm not seeing it, at least here. Like, I have a bunch of C-137 ones.
Are you tired of being a Jerry? Tired of your ships always going down in flames?
Yeah. Oh, my famous Orca commercial? Intergalactic integrated prototype rigged ascension core neutralizer equipped shield boosting. Oh man, that was so bad. I hated that. Oh, terrible. Yeah, no, I know. But yeah, I'm pretty sure I had done some recruiting ads for them in the past, but regardless, they are no more. So those corporations merged into the others of Sus. And so that makes 2026 the year of the disband. It seems like everybody's disbanding now.
Yeah,
Not everybody,
a trend.
but yeah, there's kind of like a trend that going on right now. So but it's only to be expected in the politics and the changes and all that stuff that happens in New Eden. I mean, over the years, do you really expect the map to stay the same over the years? And the answer is no. Even look at Evil Online over the years, you know, and dude, they got shit going down as of today. Like, people still fighting over stuff, and they got a lot more problems than we do. Tell you that. EVE Online over there in those wars. But That was it. That's all I had on the Vision Disband. Don't really have too much else on that. Like I said, Death 49, I believe, quit. So there's that. Anything else? Anything to add to that? If Keepstars come out, they'll reshape the map. Maybe. I mean, people thought the same with Fortizars too. People thought with Fortizars, like, people were afraid of them getting posted up in the backyard and all that, and that didn't really become realistic.
No, it's more like
you needed Corp Tech.
Jump it.
You needed Corp Tech, and then you needed to build it, and it took a time and it took a cost, and then you needed jump skills, and it's like, so people ended up building them and planting them in their backyard or in an NPC station, basically, rather. So, I mean, some of them, I suppose there are some out there that are used for PvP. I'm not saying all of them, but some of them are. No Keepstars anytime soon. Any alliance fighting over POS and ratting is doomed to fail. Keep PvP going. Well, isn't that what EVE is? Everyone versus everyone? So, I mean, it's a sandbox game. Ratting, grinding, mining, all that stuff is good and all. But ultimately, you know why people play this game. You play Call of Duty to sit on a bench and just people watch? No. You don't. I mean, when was the last time you spawned in a Call of Duty map and said, yep, I'm just going to sit here?
Yeah.
I suppose they did make that. They did make that one game that was really fun where you can turn into objects. What was that called? You could turn into trees and signs and all that stuff.
And then you need to find them.
Yeah, Prop Hunt. Yeah, dude, Prop Hunt was really fun. Yeah. Oh my gosh, Prop Hunt was so fun.
That was the best.
Yeah, Gary's mod really put Prop Hunt into... I remember watching content creators just do Prop Hunt, and that shit was always hilarious in Gary's mod in that game.
Yeah. You get like a random object, then you need to hide in the map.
Dude, I'm just going to turn into a tree. I'm going to just act like a tree, right? And people are like, this guy, this tree doesn't smell like a tree. They start shooting it. All of a sudden it turns into a refrigerator and then it's out and it like goes through a door.
Yeah.
That is primo entertainment right there. Yeah, Prop Hunt's pretty good. GTA 5 relevant. Anyway, that is all I had for Eve Echo's news, I guess you could say. We didn't really cover any of the questions. I know on the last episode we had a 3-hour episode just discussing freaking Q&A.
Yeah. This should be episode
We never
2.
finished that. I don't think I want to finish that. I think people are over it already. The people that wanted to know things did the digging to know things, and that was basically it. I don't think we have to have another 3-hour show discussing that stuff anymore. Regardless if they're even going to make changes, who knows? Like if they're going to implement certain things this year or next year, if they just talk out their ass, all that type of stuff. So when's the next big fight with 300 plus again?
Oh, that's a good question.
That is hard to say.
How can we arrange?
When Trog decides to undock.
Like last time I tried to bait and film a video, but no.
Yeah, I want to say in the PvP video that I had a couple weeks ago, that was in the low 300s, like 306, 308, somewhere around there. I think is where local peaked.
Yeah, I remember 307 or 6.
Yeah, and then the kill mail started popping. That's right. Yeah, you can see not fight, but 300 plus AOA supers next Tuesday. Something's got to happen, man.
For shits and giggles, I'll try to.
There's got to be some content agreements out there, right? Remember content agreements? Not the ones that involve supers to not attack you, but yeah, I'm sure there's some talks out there as to regarding certain things. It's just I don't know what those conversations are or those agreements, but I'm sure they're out there. What do you call them? No attack clauses or defensive packs or no attack pack. I don't know. TikTok. All right. I know we should come to a close here. Yeah.
Already. God damn. I was ready for,
3
3
hours?
hours.
It's been an hour and a half. What else do you want from me? One
Oh,
trill?
I don't know. It's good. We
Non-aggression
can
pack.
soon go back to PvP.
Yeah, so the year of the disband. Yep. More fights to come, as you can only expect in period basis, between Meow and Former Nice, so AOA. And then we got stuff happening in the north. As it's all pinged on the gulag, so if you're not there getting the pings, then you probably don't know what's up when it comes to fleets and roams and all that type of stuff. So there's that.
I'll share a video here. The biggest fight what I ever filmed. It had 1,019 players.
What battle was that?
This was a long time ago.
XGH?
That was in Void Space. Yeah, in Void Space we fight a lot. But that is the biggest thing what I have seen. And after that, I always kind of crave to see more. But now we only have 300. This big, this was before capitals and
I'm
everything.
gonna ask a question, and this is gonna age the tenure of a lot of us. Who remembers when Cat Skull was not in Void? Anybody?
Ooh. Even I
who
came
remembers
late.
Yeah. Believe it or not, Captain Benzie was not always in Void. They were actually in GHA. Yeah. Crazy stuff, huh? That was like,
yeah,
dude, that was like the second or third month of the game when it went public, not beta, that they left GHA and they went to Void. Yeah, crazy stuff. Heck, I remember the first time I played this game 5 years ago, 6 years ago.
Yeah, it was very cool when you started to play Eve Echoes when it was fresh, to experience the galaxy growing, all the players starting from zero and farming and all that. So that's why I'm very grateful I could start playing an Eve game from the beginning. If you go play Eve Online, you will never get that same feel. You will undock with your noob ship and look like the galaxy is thriving, everyone is doing stuff. But in the beginning, the market was empty. You could not buy anything. There is no one built stuff because no one has skills. That was very fun at the beginning, and still fun, but not the same feel, but still we can always remember the beginning.
Way back in the day, yeah. Heck, I used to live out in Deterid in the corp. Actually, it was Red One. Red One was the first corp I joined, and back then they lived in Deterid, and our enemies at the time was the Whale Pod. Yeah, I know. There's some HTP that were part of the Whale Pod, and I have a long history with them.
Yeah.
Probably before some of those players were even in the Whale Pod. I was like, oh yeah, I know the Whale Pod from back in the first couple weeks of the game.
Well, my first corp when we started the game, we were playing a game called Nova Empire, and then we were playing Nova Empire, and we're like, oh, Eve Online is getting a mobile game. Let's play that. And then we had the same name, Galactic Empire, what we had in Nova Empire, and we started the Galactic Empire in Eve Echoes, and then it changed change a lot, but I was in Trimark, I guess, first. And then we went to Fountain and became the Pantheon Alliance. And yeah, then after that, Stony was in Pantheon at that time. And after that, I went to Void.
So I think the moral of the story was things change over the years. So, like, you know,
Oh, yes.
could it be bad? I mean, it sucks that alliances disband, all this stuff. I mean, just with the whole thing that went down with SHH. Yeah, it sucks. But also at the same time, people saw it coming. People were optimistic. Change is good, you know, with all that. But when it comes to joining AOA, though, I don't know. It's hard for me to jump onto that board, but maybe.
Maybe everyone will be AOA someday.
I mean,
Like,
you're not
I heard,
practicing Chinese. You don't know Mandarin yet. Come on. I mean,
I heard rumors like there is the Chinese version of Eve Echoes, and then there's the global version. So they always said that the global version is much more violent and more PvP than in the Chinese one. And the Chinese one is basically like everyone is one entity, and you know, no reason to fight or just PvE and grind. But that is what I heard a few years ago. Don't know how it's now, but starting to feel maybe same will happen here if we don't do something. But
well, get your
don't know.
pilots to undock. Maybe not your pilots, GB, but this goes like New Eden wide, right? Undock, do some PvP. I mean, why are you grinding in the first place, right? Like, why do we even play this game? We build shit to destroy shit and repeat. You build shit, destroy shit, repeat.
Yeah.
There you go.
It's crazy.
Though it does take
works,
time.
Like.
I mean, the bigger it is, the longer it takes all that shit. But I think a lot of CEOs would agree. You know, they want pilots to undock, PvP, keep the game flowing, all that stuff. It's good. It's good for the game. Yes, undock. Except my alts. My alts don't undock. Actually, they do.
Yeah,
and if they do, and they're
if
in a dictor,
is bubbled, don't do it.
You know what's funny is I saw a screenshot of one of my alts on the Gulag, and it was a dictor pilot, and that's all I'm gonna say.
God damn.
Yeah, they took a screenshot of my dictor pilot, and actually, I had it in eFICO for the longest time because I wanted to mess with Taylor. The only reason I made that character was to piss Taylor off. Yeah. Jokingly.
We still have all sorts of
I doubt it ever got to him, but in jest, I put a character in a system just to mess with them. But I don't know if they liked it or not. I don't know.
Yeah,
but that was my dictor pilot.
Like
one of them.
Like we even had the Ansiblex, like Taylor's G spot. Then I always, when we fly with Taylor, I'm like, that's a good name. Laughing at it like all time.
Yeah. I was the master of the prototype stuff, so everything that I had something to do with had like a prototype name in it. So, like our gate was a prototype gate. Our jump gate was a prototype gate.
Oh.
So, rip.
Always
first. It's only a matter of time before that goes down. RIP Talga 3 and everything else with that corp. But anyway, all right. Is there anything else that we need to touch base on? I'm not going to cover bug fixes and all that stuff.
Nah.
Just because I think a lot of people that still play this game already know and see that type of stuff anyway. Not that I won't cover that stuff in future episodes, because yes, we do cover game stuff like that. I do want to talk about that, but oh yes, Darth Microtransaction, the original Wellpod leader, yeah. Hey, Troopa, do you remember a character by the name of Emily Snow? or anybody that was in the whale pod that's in the chat right now.
I remember
Emily
that
Snow.
name, but I don't know anything else.
Yeah.
Sounds familiar.
Yes. Yeah, that was a whole big thing when we joined GHA. Oh man, Darth microtransaction, he had a hissy fit. No, Emily Snow was not. And well, actually, where's the X-Files sound? It could have been in a laundry. Oh, we don't know. It could have been. Though, I am pretty sure the character Emily Snow was a dude. There was a lot of girl names that dudes have. But we know this, right? I think that's kind of the things in modern gaming. I got fooled.
The crazy thing, I see from YouTube, I see what gender is the viewer if they have it. So it's usually like 100% males watch my videos. So when I hear like a woman is playing Eve Echoes, then I'm like, oh, you play this game? Like this is weird, amazing. Like, I don't know. You are interested in this, PvP, killing
It's
people,
rare.
players.
It's rare.
Yeah.
They are out there. But yeah. Anyway, don't see, for me it doesn't really matter. As long as we can talk, have a good time, sure. Juby be like, Hannah. Remember what was that character that we had him on the show? Dark Aurora?
Austin Powers.
No.
Yeah.
Dark Aurora was a character that many had thought that was a girl up until we had him on the podcast, and to their disbelief, it was a dude.
Yeah. Never heard her.
DDR.
Or maybe she is just has a voice.
DDR was the best guess. Yeah. He keeps on wanting me to join his Discord, but I'm not going to do it on my main, because the times that I did join his Discord on my main account, he kicked it. And then he wants to play games like that. I'm like, dude, I'm not playing games. So whatever.
Maybe someday.
Yeah. Pneumatos is only cross dresses, so that's good. And he does it on his own time. So I don't have to hear about it. When I have to hear about it, that's where I draw the line. All right.
Too much.
Too much. We're going down that rabbit hole again, right? Let's just end it there. All right. We'll end it there.
Yeah.
We'll call it a show. We'll see what happens this next week. We'll see what kind of updates we get from the game. I know it's a Lunar New Year, all that stuff. So I will thank everybody that joined and stayed with us this long. Thank you, Juby, for joining and talking and PvPing and all that stuff. That's good. And I want to thank our listeners on YouTube as well as on podcast platforms. If you hadn't checked out my PvP video, please like and subscribe to that. Or like the video or comment on it, whatever. Even if it's a bad comment, I'll take constructive criticism.
Comment something.
But also subscribe to the channel. That does not benefit me. This is on YouTube. I guess on podcast platforms too. If you subscribe, it only just helps you. It does not benefit me because I do not monetize any of this stuff. But to keep up with everything that we do here on the podcast that's not on Discord, then subscribe to the stuff that we got out there. So in the meantime, thank you, everybody. Thank you, GB. And I guess we will fly safe. So GB, say your goodbyes, and then I will play the outro music. We'll go from there. 07.
All right. See you guys on the next split or next podcast, and 07, and let's fly.
All right, peace out.
Rolling